Hello student, I hope you all are doing well and following the protocols of COVID-19. I am Dr. Bindu Sharma from Khalsa College of Education, GT Road. Today I am going to discuss a topic from social psychology. As we all know, we all human beings are social by nature. We cannot live in isolation. We live in society, we live in group. And the effect of the group on individual member is known as group effect. And the term that has been used for this, that is mimesis. Mimesis occur at three aspects. One is the cognitive, second one is the affective, and third one is the cognitive. Cognitive aspect includes group thoughts, affective aspect includes group feelings, and cognitive aspect includes group actions. For today's topic, I will confine myself only to the first part, that is suggestion. Suggestion is nothing but unwilling acceptance of ideas of others. If willingness is there and you accept the ideas with deliberate discussion and argumentation, that process cannot be considered as a suggestion. Moreover, suggestion can be at two levels. Sometimes you imitate or emulate the behavior or actions. That is known as the external mimesis. And when you imitate the behavior at thought level, that is known as the internal imitation. So suggestion is a type of internal imitation. Let's discuss some definition that has been given by different educationists. The first definition is given by Sir T.P. Nunn. According to him, suggestion is involuntary following of the ideas of others. According to Allport, suggestion is unreasoned acceptance of ideas of others. According to Auckland, it is cognitive aspect of herd or gregarious instinct. After analyzing the definitions, we can journalize the characteristics of this process of suggestion. So up till now, we are clear with the things that this process of suggestion, it needs two individuals. One who gives suggestion and another who receives suggestion. In this process, the person who is giving suggestion may be deliberate in his part, but on the other hand, the person who is receiving suggestion, he is unwilling regarding this. The person who is receiving suggestion, he accepts the idea as his own. Suggestion can be good or bad. There is no logical ground for accepting these ideas. It is cognitive aspect of herd instinct, right? So now let us make this process more clear by discussing the experiment that has been performed on the process of suggestion. The first experiment that I am going to discuss with you, that is conducted by Seashore. In this experiment, the experimenter gave a wire to the subject and asked the subject to feel the warmth when the current is passed through the wire. But the switch is kept out of sight of the subject. After some time, when the bulb of the room got lit, the subject reported the warmth, although no current was passed through the wire. So in this way, we can well judge how the ideas flowed from one person to the another person. In another experiment, the experimenter gives number of pictures to the subjects and asks some suggestive questions like what the king is doing in the picture, what the beggar wants to say, and majority of the subjects accept the idea of the experimenter and assume that the well-dressed person in the picture is king and ill-clad person is a beggar. So in this way, ideas travel from one individual to the another. It travel from group to the individual. So next important aspect regarding suggestibility is nature of suggestibility. Suggestibility is nothing but the extent to which an individual can be suggested. So it is the nature of the person to what extent the person can be suggested. It can be measured with the help of a formula that is known as the coefficient of suggestibility. which is represented by C. This is equal to suggestion accepted over suggestion given. So, coefficient of suggestibility is directly proportional to the suggestion accepted. That may be represented in this formula as SA. And it is inversely proportional to the suggestion given, which is represented in this formula as SG. Let me make it more clear for you. So if I give you 20 suggestions, out of those 20 suggestions, if you accept only 12, then what will be the coefficient of suggestibility? That will be 12 divided by 20. And it is 0.6. From this it's clear, as the number of accepted suggestion increases, the coefficient of suggestibility increases and the person become more prone to suggestibility. Next, we are going to deal with the different factors influencing suggestibility. The first important factor is age. Age plays an important role in suggestibility. The children are more prone to suggestibility than adolescent, and adolescent in turn are more susceptible to suggestibility than adults. What's the reason? The reason behind this, children are immature. Children are less experienced. But on the other hand, adults are mature. Adults are more experienced. As the age proceeds, suggestibility goes on decreasing. So that's why the children look upon their elders as their superior beings. Next important factor is intelligence. Intelligence is inversely proportional to the suggestion. So more the intelligence, less is the suggestion. The reason behind this is the intelligent person is more logical. He never accepts the ideas as such. He argue, he question. For example, when we take two students, one is intelligent and another is dull, and we used to narrate a fairy tale to both the student. The student with superior intelligence asks questions regarding the existence of fairies and possibility of their flying. But on the other hand, the dull student assumes the things as has been told to him. Next factor that we are going to discuss is knowledge. More the amount of knowledge, less is the suggestibility. A knowledgeable person is considered as an enlightened person, and he possesses more critical attitude, and he argue, he question, and in turn creates resistance to suggestibility. Next factor is sex. It has been proved in the researches conducted by McDougall and Stern that girls are more susceptible to suggestibility as compared to boys. Let's discuss belief as another factor. So a person who forms conviction on a particular point of view, it's very difficult to change his mindset. For example, if you want to convince a political worker to vote in favor of another party, it will be a challenging task for you. Next factor is interest. If suggestion relates to the area of your interest, it works effectively. So, being a teacher, if I suggest some important question to my students for the upcoming exam, majority of the student will accept my suggestion. If a person is suffering from any chronic disease, he is very much susceptible for all the advice that has been given to him, even that has been given by a layperson. Next important aspect is temperament. No two individuals are same, so they vary in their behavior. Some are more susceptible to suggestion, some are less. The person who are more susceptible, they accept the suggestion of others without any criticism. But in their later life, they will suffer for this behavior. Another important aspect is emotions. Emotions plays an important role in suggestibility. So emotions work smoothly in the emotional state of mind. If you want to make a person think according to you, then try to arouse the emotion of that person and see the miracle. And the next important aspect is physiological condition. If a person is in a state of fatigue, tiredness, depression, nervous strain, etc., then the probability of suggestion is more in that case. The supreme aspect of suggestibility can be noticed in case of hypnotism and in case of intoxication through drinking. Let's discuss type of personality as a factor influencing suggestibility. It has been found that the introverts are more susceptible to suggestibility as compared to the extrovert, because introverts have got firm convictions, but on the other hand extroverts are more social and they have lot of social obligation, and that's why they accept the suggestions of other. And the next important factor is source of suggestions. The effectiveness of suggestion depends upon the source of suggestion. If the source command prestige, if the source command power, if the source command authority, if the source command prestige, then the probability of suggestion is more. This is the reason that children obey their parents. The students accept the suggestion of their teacher. The employer accept the suggestion of their boss. In this way, whatever has been mentioned in the newspaper or the media, we accept those kind of things because these media command prestige. And whatever has been written in the holy book, we accept that because all these holy book commanded prestige. I hope you all have understood the concept of suggestion, and you might have realized that all the thoughts and ideas that you perceive your own, exclusively they are not your own. You might have imbibed these ideas from your social environment. So, मेरी सोच में बहुत सी सोचें हैं जो मैंने आपसे पाई हैं, पर अनजान हूँ इस गहराई से ये कहाँ से आई हैं. So at the end, I wish you all a healthy and safe stay at your home. Thank you very much.